Hello everyone and welcome back to what will hopefully be the exciting conclusion of the Fourth Great War, the very long-running Great War that we have been a part of now for quite a while and that will hopefully find its end here. But for some reason we have recovered now. We were before at minus 18 or something in war score. It was going pretty bad apparently according to the ticker. Now suddenly we're back to having +1, so I don't know what's up with that. But we need to get to quite a while because we have, Germany is trying to force the United Kingdom to dismantle their empire, and that's going to take a lot of war score. Meanwhile, we have knocked out some of the enemies. Spain and Portugal are out, but Italy, with the millions and millions of men, look at the Italians. They have 691 brigades. How is that even possible, even from mobilization? The Italians are crazy, and the Germans have decided before that they wanted to use up most of their men to lose against attrition. So the Germans are actually fighting an uphill battle here in Italy, and they're not even using their full force. They have plenty of men in Germany proper that they could send down, and hopefully they will. Meanwhile, our fleet is doing as it was instructed to by, it's blockading most of the Italian coast. So we will continue to do so. Meanwhile, the main fleet, what was once the main fleet, is trying to recover from having lost a bunch of ships. I don't even know what is going on. We have a vast technological advantage over our enemies, yet we are somehow losing pretty much everything. So I will split up this force. Most of the cruisers will be over here in this fleet because they are trying to blockade the British over here in Malta. And beyond that, we will send the rest to help out the Italian breakout attempt here in the Tyrrhenian Sea, which I'm not a big fan of. Hopefully we can defeat it outright, and we are getting attacked in Siak. And there's no way we will survive that. We need to transfer over some... Oh no. Oh hell no. Oh shit. Yeah, let's put most of these armies to kill rebellions. But we will need to hurry. That's just a hell of a lot of rebellions. 204,000 men over here. Yeah. We might lose Egypt suddenly. We might lose Egypt. But at least we are keeping this occupation or this blockade going. So I'm hoping we can complete that and at least push off something. The Italians before the blockade were only up to 1% war exhaustion. That was after many years of being in the war. Now they're up in 12%. And growing, so I think that can make a difference. Let's see what our war exhaustion is at 0. We don't have any current effects, so that is pretty good. Might increase now with Egypt having some troubles. Shanghai is having issues. We have now made 1 cruiser and 2 transports, but New Zealand and Travancore United Fleet over there is problematic. Travancore itself is a civilized nation. They only have 4 ships at Naval Tech 9. They shouldn't be a great threat at all to our fleet, but apparently they still are. And we will gather up whatever fleets we can from our remnants of... like we have failed, or I have failed so much with Dutch East Indies, it's not even funny. But maybe we can turn it around now. We are trying to gather up all the fleets that we can, all the ships that are possible. These are mostly reaching full organization, and hopefully it will be for everyone else as well. The Canadians are the ones to blame for the disaster that is over here. The Canadians are always to blame. First they defeated a fairly well-equipped army over here in Muralev, and then they defeated another army, I think it was over here in Siak in fact. Just annihilated it. So don't mess with the Canadians. Canadians know what to do. We're missing we will have to send out 2 more ships to blockade off all of Sardinia. And I think we will do so, but we will use our transport ships for this matter. One in Cape Bon and another one in Western Mediterranean. That's a pretty lazy name, honestly, Western Mediterranean. It's not even all of Western Mediterranean, it's just this here. You could call it, I don't know, coast of Sardinia, coast of Sassari, anything really. Perhaps it's called that in real life too, but it would be a pretty lazy name. Barbary Coast are pretty cool, and Cape Bon, and pretty much everything is pretty cool in comparison. Western Mediterranean. Oh well. They're now up at 16%. War exhaustion is climbing heavily. We do have some ships over here that are ready, mostly dreadnoughts. They have been repaired, they're fully restored, and there's 7 of them. So 7 dreadnoughts is not to be messed with. And here they have, I think there are 6 cruisers. So I wonder what will be strongest, cruisers or dreadnoughts? Should we find out? Perhaps we should. Let's find out. Oh no, they have 7 ships. Or 20 ships, I mean. All of them cruisers? Question mark? Yeah, all of them cruisers. So 7 cruisers against 7... or 20 cruisers against 7 dreadnoughts. I think that's gonna be one bad battle for us. Despite our potential technological advantages. Especially one of them had already lost all the organization that you could possibly have. So let's see how this fares. I don't think we can get rid of this battle anytime soon anyway. Yeah, they are losing quite heavily. Can we escape? Can we escape? Can we escape? Question mark. Come on. Can someone respond to me? Oh no. Okay, so that was a pretty failed attempt. Needless to say. Needless to say. Alright, I guess we just need to leave some of these steamers and cruisers here and protect from the Irish. The problem is that they have so many nations that are involved and each have their own fleet. So it's difficult to maintain everything. Malta could be something that we just invade for the sake of it though. Seems like we have managed to take out most of the actual rebels. You just need to retake the areas and do it fast before the revolution takes hold and we have to release them. Egyptian nationalists, can we see anything about them? I mean, we just took an area here completing Dutch Egypt. Is that really so bad? Apparently it is. They don't seem to be very happy about it. We now only have 33,000 men ready to be transported over. The Italians now have 22% war exhaustion. Still don't have any war exhaustion. I just wanted to see all the effects. But apparently we cannot see that. Why are we not blockading this thing? I don't understand. I do not comprehend. Now suddenly we are. Okay. Alright. Oh, what happened to our Ligurian thing? I guess those went away. Let's have another fleet there then. Perhaps they destroyed it. Or something else happened. Well, Battle of Kina, which is excellent. I just hope there won't be another revolution now. Ready to join in the uprising, in a rising 329,000. 329 times 3. And then times 1,000. That's a lot of people. That's 1 million men. How's this fleet going along? It's pretty decent so far. We're getting some more ships that are ready to join in, but this army has been island hopping all the way over here. If we could trap it in Flores, that would be amazing. And then we could probably save most of it. What I'm worried about is this fleet. It is not ready by any means. Or is it? Perhaps if I send this fleet strategically to help out. I think I will do that. Some of them are not at the fullest capacity, but it's not necessary. So we will have a fight on our hands against mostly transports and 1 light ship. That shouldn't be an issue. Note, shouldn't. It may very well be an issue due to Canadians being involved, at least before. That was mostly and only Travancore. No, it's not even Canadians, it's New Zealanders. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. It looks, however, that we are winning. And to boot, we have gotten ourselves a decent fleet with some transport capabilities. So that is good. We will in fact trap this army over here in Surinawa, whatever his name is. At least as much as we can. Or at least until this fleet has been completely wiped out, which will probably happen. Now is this is fully repaired and operational. And that's some more transports ready. We could maybe transfer over the transport from this thing. And they could then transport things to Indonesia. We also have some new dreadnoughts ready. But we still need to repair the old ones. It took a massive beating. Okay, transports are ready. Here we have 30,000 men. Yeah, you can stand here. Are we having enough ships now to carry this from Ras Garib and onwards? I think so. The only problem is the Egyptian nationalist still has a lot of men on the march. Can we just destroy these? Most of these armies are also losing a lot of men. Is that the same guy? Iskender Bey times 2? He's pretty powerful. He's controlling 2 different armies at the same time. Iskender Bey. He's a butcher and stout-hearted. Horrible, horrible. Okay, now we can transfer over some men to Indonesia. Apparently I was not convincing enough when I said that this should be a protected area. So I guess we need to spread out our ships. Can I see where they are capable of moving to and from? Apparently that's not a possibility. Oh well, let's spread it out and then try to remember that Canadians are over here. Yeah, let's not spread out again. That's a terrible idea. Let's not do that. Come to think of it, we should not mess with the Canadians. Canadians are nice and proud people, and we should await some dreadnoughts before engaging them at sea. However, the Italians have now 32% in war exhaustion, and suddenly we are massively losing again because battles suddenly counted for anything. And come on, Germans, what are you fighting? You never do this, usually, sending every single man in the same single battle. But you've done it so many times so far in this war. It just makes it frustrating. When will this fleet arrive? It will arrive within maybe a week or so. Yeah, a week or so. Sounded pretty good. And now the British have sent even more reinforcements, so we have to transfer yet another army. That's fine, we will do so. How many men are they losing over here? Far more than they should. At least now they're spreading up a little bit. So that's good. The Italians still have far too many men at their disposal, despite the massive, massive blockade of their country. So I'm not a fan. Okay, over here, with 30,000 men, we could engage Australia in a fight. Wonder why they have that flag. Maybe they had it in the past, maybe they didn't. The United Kingdom is now wanting to force the Germany to dismantle their empire, which is thankful enough that this pushes back far enough for us to hopefully salvage this situation. Oh, it's the Irish that sent more men. Goddamn Irish, I don't understand why they are interested in this part. I don't understand that at all. Okay, but thankfully we can now transfer over more men. So perhaps we can make a stand against the damned Irish. I don't know if whether they're trapped here or just putting here because it's funny. I don't know that. James Battenberg. Well, Mr. James, this war has lost me about 10 million or something like that. I don't wish for more losses than that. And now apparently the Canadians are over here. Alexander Petty Fitzmaurice. which is a mouthful. And they're sending Canadian men. It is to Groningen? Are you kidding me? Canadian landing? Let's have men protecting it. Okay, they did send men to land over here, and we got right on time, and the Germans are quick to act as well. Well, we thank you for your sacrifice. Damn Canadians. You're showing that you might be becoming a bit desperate, maybe? How's the war exhaustion going now? 38%. That is good. That's very good. Now we have 63,000 men over here. Perhaps we can send some men over here and annihilate that part. And then we can use the ships to kind of chase them away and use all of our ships, newly built and old ones. Try to defend. Yes, exactly. Okay, let's try to strike against the Irish while the iron is hot. Oh, excellent. We annihilated the Australian fleet. Do they have more than that? They do, actually. Quite a bit more. But at least now we are winning against the Irish. And that is beautiful. And now perhaps we can annihilate the British and Australian army over here. Oh, so much trouble for so little. Seemingly this turns out to be a much harder thing to ask for, and we are losing far too many men for... Holy shit, this is going bad. What happened? What happened? Well, I know what I will do now then. I will try to separate them and let them recharge. Alright. Revolution in Java. What a pointless endeavor. It's so pointless as this army over here. Can we lock it down before they manage to escape? Ah, Canadians. Oh, they can walk through Portuguese territory. Ah. Not good. Let's spread it out and cause issues for the Canadians. As much issue as we can. And perhaps we should go for, I don't know, Great War experience. That's really what we need right now to win this Great War. And I want Italy to be out of the war. Holy shit, we have lost now. Yeah, we're definitely gonna... Germany's gonna surrender any time now. They have lost almost everything. So despite our... I don't understand this game sometimes. The AI in this... I guess it's in all Paradox games, the AI tends to be a bit bonkers. Like Germany being utterly defeated by Italy, for example. How many times have you seen that happen before? I haven't really seen that many times at all. Germany deciding to throw away all of their men. Quite literally all of their men in, you know, Piedmont and Lombardy, and completely failing in every way. And it's just one of those wars where it's unfortunate to be human, because sure, I could have done a lot more to make an impact, to cause the decisive factor, I guess, but why in this war, Dutchland or the Netherlands is insignificant compared to Germany. Germany has most of the men, they have most of the military prowess, they should have been able to knock Italy dead pretty rapidly. Italy, however, turned out to be basically Russia with unending manpower. And apparently we lost all the battles, and now suddenly we lost the war, and Germany has surrendered. The United Kingdom accepted the offer of peace from Germany, acquired Dahomey, acquired Helgoland, acquire Zanzibar, acquire German Namakoland, force Germany to dismantle their empire, 2 times Great War capitulation. Alright, I guess this was the epic conclusion to the war, an unfortunate conclusion. Despite everything that we put into this war, we lost it. We lost it, and there was very little we could do to have any effect on it. Most of our fleets have been dismantled as part of the war. Pretty much most of our army has vaporized as well. So we can just withdraw all of our fleets that we have left and gather up, because we won't be able to do much more for the rest of the game. I am honestly quite close to ending the game right now, because this will last for the duration of the peace treaty, which will last until 1936, and 1936 is the end of the game. So we won't be able to do anything left anymore. Well, what we will see is, however, what happens to Germany itself. The Treaty of Berlin. Okay, so Bavaria, Silesia, Poznan, Pomerelia, and Danzig, and Lithuania over here in Naval got released, and also Schleswig, while they lost Tunisia, all of Algeria got back to Algeria, and everything like that. So Somaliland, Germany still has this, but this should probably be transferred over fairly soon, I imagine. Japanese Kenya, for whatever reason, the Japanese got in on a deal and got some of that. So yeah, I'm a bit stunned, honestly. The war wasn't going that bad, but for Germany it was. And their main problem, and this could be a lesson to all of y'all, don't put 700,000 men in the same province fighting the same battle and then stand around with those 700,000 men until, 500,000 of them have been killed. There's no point in that. So yeah, how to conclude this episode? How to conclude this playthrough, because this is the conclusion of the playthrough. Make no mistake on that, due to, as I mentioned before, we don't have anything that we can do anymore due to being under this peace treaty that forcibly disarms us and limits us from building more military units. And that peace treaty will be ending in 1936, which is also the end date of the game. I think in this playthrough I never played as Netherlands before playing as Netherlands now, inexperienced, and as such I made a few decisions that ended up being pretty bad. For example, giving up the course on Belgium. I should have kept those cores and then went for war against Belgium and taking that, but I ended up not doing so, and I had to pay for it during the entire experience. And then we spent a lot of time flip-flopping between being a great power and being a secondary power, which we actually managed to solve, so kudos on that part. We lost Java, which was terrible, and never really got it back, and also never really managed to complete the conquest of Dutch East India by leaving Lanfang over here due to having troubles trying to defeat Japan. And then when we finally got going, we ended up in this war. So I will try to remember that going forward in playing next. And with the conclusion of this playthrough, that leaves open another slot for Victoria 2. And I think in Victoria 2 I will throw myself into... what was that mod's name? I have 2 mods that I want to play. It's the American Nations mod, and then there's the name... Divergences of Darkness, yeah. Those 2 mods I want to give a shot at each. So I think I will pick one of them and start playing them immediately. If I pick the American Nations, it will probably be a shorter playthrough. 5 to 10 episodes or so. I like to do those every once in a while. It's pretty fun. Oh well, I do hope, despite all the mistakes, that you enjoyed this playthrough and that you will stick around for the next one. And honestly, thank you for watching through this long and sticking by this playthrough, despite all the mistakes and everything that have gone wrong. And I will, as usual, see you next time.